Good day, grade 8 students. I am your science teacher, Ma'am Des, and welcome to our class in science. So, our first topic for this quarter is about force and motion. And in this module, you will be able to learn or define force and motion, identify the types of forces, differentiate balanced and unbalanced forces, compare mass and weight, and solve word problems related to mass and weight. So first, let us discuss about force. So what is the nature of force? Unsa man ang force? So perhaps the first thing that comes into your mind of a student in a general course in physics is that force is a simple push or pull of an object. When you think about force, maybe you will just say, maunay pagtod or pagbira sa mga object. Yes, that is correct. Force is a push or pull exerted by one body on another body. And the effect of this is it tends to change the state of motion of the body in which it acts. So it means that ang force, it will change the motion of a body. It may let the body stop moving or it may cause the body to move. So look, as you can see in the picture, there is a man who is like applying force on a table. So when a man will apply force in the table, especially a greater force on the table or a strong force on the table, what will happen to the table? The table will move. So that is force. When that man will push the table going to the right, so the table will move. So it will have motion. So that is simply a definition of force. It is a push or pull that will result to the change of motion of an object. Now, there are four fundamental forces. And those four fundamental forces are gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. So let's discuss first gravitational force. What is gravitational force? You're familiar with Isaac Newton, the one who discovered gravity while he was sitting under a tree, an apple tree, and an apple tree fell on his head. So he thought that there is something that is causing the apple to go down or to be dropped into the ground. So that is gravitational force. It is the force of attraction between objects by virtue of their masses. So it is also responsible for weights of the bodies on Earth as well as the motion of the planets. So kaning gravitational forces, what is the reason of this one? It is because of the gravity on the Earth. And where can you locate the gravity? The gravity can be located in the center of the Earth. And gravitational force binds the solar system together. That is the reason why the planets in the solar system are not bumping to each other. It is because of the gravitational force. So next is electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force is either an attractive force or repulsive force between charged bodies. It is a force present in a charged bodies. It's either attractive or mudool, attract. Diba kung mo-attract, magdool. Or repulsive or magbuwag. As you can see in the picture, it's like magnet. So, it is a force present in charged bodies. So, here in the upper, positive and negative. So if it is positively charged and negatively charged, so the force will be attracting to each other. They will attract to each other. But if they have the same charges, just like positive, positive, or negative, negative, they will have repulsive force. So again, that is electromagnetic force. It is present in charged bodies. And there are two kinds of forces in the electromagnetic force, which is the attractive force, katong magduol, o ang repulsive force or katong magbungkag or pahayo. The third one is the strong nuclear force. It holds the constituents of the nucleus of an atom together. So what holds the atom together is the strong nuclear force. That is the reason why the things that we are being able to see around us are still in contact because of the strong nuclear force, because the atom or the nucleus in the atom are still being put together or gitapo gihapon, and it is caused again by strong nuclear force. And the last one is the weak nuclear force, hinay kuno nga nuclear force. It plays a role in the radioactive decay of some nuclei. So unsa man na, that will be the one, for example, kanang malata ang mga gamit or ang mga pagkaon. Of course, food also has its nucleus because it is also consists of several atoms or a lot of atoms. Kung madaot na, so what happens is it will decay. And therefore, murag mabungkag ang mga nuclei sa atom. So unsa may naka-cause sa bungkag, murag nabiraan mabungkag, it is caused by weak nuclear force. So again, weak nuclear force it plays a role in the radioactive decay of some nuclei. Now, let us also talk about contact and non-contact forces. From the word contact, so forces that may result from direct physical contact between two objects. When we say contact forces, magtagbo ang objects. What are examples of contact forces? Friction. So, for example, friction again, you will rub your hands together. So, there is physical contact. There is a contact between your hands when you rub it. So, that is an example of contact forces. For non-contact forces, it is another type of force that does not involve direct physical contact. What is an example of the one? Or it is also called non-contact or action at a distance force. All the fundamental forces kato mga gravitational, electromagnetic, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force, they are examples of non-contact forces. Why contact? Nga naman, for example, ang apple nga naa sa tree and the gravity is from the center of the earth. Wa man na sila nagtapo, they are not in contact with each other, but there is still force. So, again, that is non-contact forces. So there is no physical contact between two objects. Now, let's go to mass and weight. What is mass and what is weight? So, although the mass and weight is somehow very close to each other, related to each other, mass and weight are two different quantities. Di na pareha ang mass ug ang weight. So let's figure out unsa may kalahian sa mass ug sa weight. Ang mass is the quantity of matter that a body contains. Pila or unsa kadaghanon ang matter nga naa sa usa ka butang. Okay? Unsa kadaghanon ang matter nga naa sa usa ka butang, while ang weight is the force on a body due to gravity. Again, a force on a body due to gravity. So, ang mass, kadaghanon sa matter, while ang weight, it is affected by gravity. Okay? So, if you're going to look for weight, we can solve that one with the equation W equals mg. So, W is weight, and m is the mass, and g is the gravity. And the gravity on Earth is 9.8 meter per second squared. So take note of this one, this formula, because that will be the formula that you will be using in solving your activity later on in this later part of the module. W equals mg. Again, W for weight, and m for mass, and g for gravity. Okay, so let's have an sample problem. Lynn has a mass of 100 kilogram on Earth. What is her weight on Earth? What is her weight on the moon where the acceleration due to gravity is 1/6 that of the Earth. So let's try to look. So the given are the mass, which is 100 kilogram. So for us to look for the weight, W is equals to mg. So W mg, mass is 100 kilogram. And again, the gravity is 9.8 meter per second squared. That is already constant. Di na ma-change. Given na. The gravity is always 9.8 meter per second squared. So let's just simply multiply 100 times 9.8 meter per second squared. So that will lead you to 980 kilogram per meter. Kilogram times meter per second squared, or 980 Newton. So that is for the first question, the weight of Lynn on Earth. And on the second question, what is her weight on the moon where the acceleration due to gravity is 1/6 that of Earth? So what will happen? We will just simply multiply the gravity of the Earth with 6. So the result would be we will divide 100 kilograms times 9.8 meter per second squared over 6, or divide it by 6. So that will result to 163 Newton. Just look at with your module. Just look at in your module, because I wasn't able to put this one on this presentation. So in the module, 100 kilograms times 9.8 meter per second squared over 6, the answer is 163 Newton. So as simple as that. On your learning activity later on, you will solve this one following the formula W equals mg. Okay? So if you have questions, you may message me through cell phone, chat, or messenger, or you may call me. And I also have an announcement. I may not be able to reply or entertain you tomorrow 4 to 5 p.m. because we will be having our novena mass in the chapel, because it is the first day of the novena mass for the fiesta of the Queenship of Mary. So you may finish your module on the morning or in the afternoon, and you may update me of your progress and give me your answer. But I cannot entertain you on 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. because I will be serving and attending the mass. So please continue to read your module. I am making this video for you to really understand the concept of force and motion and the problem solving. Thank you so much, and I hope that you learn and keep learning. God bless and keep safe.